uppercut, leave you laid out on the floor. Try to duck and roll, hit and miss, now you counting stars. Should've practiced more, should've hit the mask, get out there more. Claim that you're the best. You gotta show me, son. Actions over words, baby boy. Is you real or what? Talking way too much, world come. Back sports, talking way too much, world come. Back sports, talking way too much, world come. Back sports.
What's good, everyone? You're tuned in to WCS. Salute. Big shout out to the supporters first and foremost. You know what it is. I want to touch bases real quick. I want to touch bases real quick on Canelo Alvarez open workout, right? So it was media on deck as always. That's a legend himself, Canelo Alvarez. 57 victories, 2 defeats, 2 draws. You know what I'm saying? He's stepping in there September 17th, this month. Well, next month, actually, against Gennady Golovkin, who has 42 victories, 1 defeat, 1 draw. This will be a trilogy between these two, taking into consideration that they absolutely in the first fight, these are resulted in a draw. Second fight, Canelo won. Depending on who you talk to, they'll say Triple G won, Canelo won. So now is an opportunity for the 40-year-old Triple G to solidify that he's the better of the two. The only problem is that he's a much older fighter. He's been out the ring for quite some time. In his little middleweight hiatus, he did step in there with Yola Murata, nothing spectacular, and he has his match. He has a trilogy coming up, but that's not the topic. Why he was at the open workout to face Triple G? He was asked about the infamous fight of all fights, Terrence Crawford and Errol Spence, and I just want you to listen for yourself because. You know how they say when I put the word out there. You know what I'm saying? You know what they say, right? It becomes a situation. So let me let you listen to what the legend himself said. Another legend, of course. Another legend. Check this out. He said he has a lot of skills. Really smart fighter. Well, it really is nothing else to be said. Canelo, who has been in there with enough opponents to get him where he need to be, being one of the most sought after boxers of this era, the cash cow. You know what I'm saying? He said Terrence Crawford has a lot of skills. Now that's not to deflate. That's not to deflate any of the Spencerholics that was on that life raft. You know what I'm saying? That's not to do that. That's not to drown out any hope. Because listen, anything can happen in boxing. But I'm just saying Canelo Alvarez has said it, man. He has a lot of skills. Also, he accredited Terrence Crawford's ring IQ, being a smart fighter. Okay? Smart, ring IQ. They go hand in hand. Smart fighter. And I totally agree. I concur. I concur, Saul Canelo Alvarez. I concur with what you said at your open workout. So since he said what he said, it was up to me to vocalize his words and to do a live stream about it because I'm an avid Terrence Bud Crawford fan, and also I must include a fan of the sport. One thing to note is he is not the only legend that has spoke. You know what I'm saying in this nature. I know it was one point in time where the induction to the International Boxing Hall of Fame was going on, and some legends was asked, and they gave their results, and those results was Terrence Crawford, and Errol Spence pretty much said F them all, and that's probably just out of frustration of him believing that he should get love that he haven't yet earned. You feel me? Not so much in the ring, but to the point of how he was conducting himself outside the ring. Now, I've said time and time again, boxing is not one of those devotional sanctification sports that you have to be a part of some religion or anything, have credits in theology, none of that shit. All I'm saying is these guys that have spoken upon Crawford made it perfectly clear they was going for Crawford and not Spence. They spoke highly of Crawford. They predict him to go in there and beat Spence. Now, the positive part about Spence is he can digest this as food for motivation. He can take it as motivation and train harder and harder and harder. Just like DJ said, he has to go to another level. I believe that too. He definitely need to go to another level, but I don't think it's in him. Not that he don't desire it. I don't think it's that Errol Spence don't desire to go to another level. I think that his body right now is incapable of going to the next level. You know what I'm saying? He may be at a point also that cutting that weight is not fulfilling his results the way he would like to. Like his engine, he doesn't feel like he's able to go in there and continue to drop that weight the way he did with a nutritionist and make it happen. I mean, he's been at that weight for quite some time, his entire career. So, I'm not saying the man should move up, but I remember back in the day when they was calling Errol Spence the boogeyman. I remember when they was calling him all sorts of names like, oh, he's big for welterweight and all this other stuff. Of course, you're going to be big when you're walking around, several dozen pounds above the weight class you contend in. He's not the only one to do it, but I'm just saying it's how you do it. Seriously, it's how you do it. When it comes down to enjoying the nightlife and putting that poison, as they call it, you put that poison in your body, then certain things can happen with your weight gain, and it's not a healthy weight gain. You feel me? So Canelo Alvarez, shout out to him for pretty much giving us that breakdown. You know what I'm saying? That's some good stuff. That's some good news to hear. Seriously, that's some good news to hear. Here go another snippet, a soundbite in the media scrum for Canelo Alvarez.
Speaking of styles and making fights, who has the tougher style, Crawford or Spence, to prepare for as a fighter?
I think Crawford, because he goes supple. I think he's very difficult fighter.
What do you have to do if you were preparing for him to be successful against a fighter like that?
Just be patient. Prepare myself like always and be patient and work on the body. I think be patient is a key.
Go to that body. Don't look at the head early.
Because everybody look in the head, and it's very, very difficult to hit in the head that kind of fight.
So pretty much, you can take it for food for thought. That once again, he has validated what a lot of other legends are doing. That Crawford has the more tougher style, and he was talking about Crawford's switch hitting ability, which on here in the YTC they have tried so aimlessly to debunk that. But he's a switch hitter. No matter what you want it to be, He can switch stands. He can go orthodox or southpaw. It don't matter. But Canelo pretty much put it out there that, if he was preparing, he would pretty much be patient and go to the body, because they always say the body don't move. You know what I'm saying? So you attack the body and then the head will come. So he's pretty much saying, don't go head hunting. Just, Spence should go to the body. And look, a lot of people that's out there believing that Errol Spence is tailor-made to go for a body attack versus Terrence Crawford. And, all I'm saying is we'll see how that plays out. We'll see how that works out. That's all. If you believe that certain fighters go to the Crawford's body and hurt him, then now it's time for Errol Spence to emulate the same and see how the results play out. That's all he has to do. It's not difficult. It's not difficult at all. Shout out to Dundada in the building. Salute to you. What do you do, WCS? I'm digging the title. Yeah, for sure. Andrew Charles on deck. What's good? So, I give a big shout out to Canelo Alvarez, man. He's doing his open workout, and he pretty much put it out there that that he predicts Crawford beats Spence. You know what I'm saying? He have a lot of skills, smart fighter. You have to take him for his word, because Canelo's been in some tough fights. He's dared to be great. He's took risk. You know what I'm saying? He still ain't finished yet. So what better person to grade academically the boxing skills of Terrence Crawford, the one and only Saul Canelo Alvarez? That is the one. Now, my concern, right, is that if I'm looking at and listening to the streams, because I'm always, collecting data. I'm always cataloging analytics, and I just don't hear the kickback like you usually do if another fighter did it. Like when you had Roy Jones and B Hop and all them guys saying something, thumbnails was going all over the place, trying to tell them that they hating on Spence and all this other stuff. But Canelo, he pretty much said it. He said he was going for Crawford. I don't hear it. It's just like, damn, the cricket's not even out for this. This is like lint ball quiet. You know what I'm saying? This is like air dust particles quiet. Real talk. This is like super duper quiet. It's not like the word isn't out there. The word is out there. The word is out there on what Canelo said. And I just haven't heard any responses, in bunches as to what Canelo said about Crawford and, the responses to it. Is he going to be called the names that the other fighters at the Hall of Fame was called? I haven't heard Spence say anything about it. I haven't heard him say F Canelo. You know why? Because he's just another brother that's up here trying to get a fight with Canelo. You know what I'm saying? Because we can't forget that, he did call out Canelo in the process of trying to fool the fans that say he want to fight Terrence Crawford. But in the process, we can never forget that he was asked a question about him and Crawford, and he said, "Oh, fight with Canelo would be even better." This dude was really looking for a fight with Canelo when that deal came out for him and Mar Charlo. He knew that deal was out there. He knew that deal was out there for $100 million, and they was hoping and praying that they can get that Canelo fight. I'm not going to call it a duck. I'm not going to say any of that. I'm just telling you what's public record out here in the YTC. And people choose to hope it just goes away down the sewer. But this man was involved in $100 million deal that they tried to run with sacrificing two of their fighters. Listen, it's a part of me that is happy that deal didn't go through. You know what I'm saying? Not so much to the fact that we've seen a damn good fight with Dimitri Bivol. Not that. I'm glad it didn't go through because now we get to see Terrence Crawford retire Errol Spence rather than Canelo Alvarez. Because the Mexicans would have had another fiesta. You know what I'm saying? They would have had another fiesta with Canelo Alvarez and what he would have did to Spence moving up 3 weight classes. He would have got canceled. But now, if this fight is able to go down with him and Crawford, then Crawford can have the luxury of retiring two of the previous champions in the welterweight division. That sounds excellent. That sounds excellent, y'all. Y'all need to pass the word on that. That shit sounds excellent. This is the perfect time. Crawford's a good sport. He's not gonna, running in the ground and everything. He's built different, man. You know what I'm saying? You see his workouts out there, he's built different. He's not gonna go at it in a personal way, but this is the biggest fight of his career, and I think he's gonna come out much different than what people think. I think it's gonna be a brutal look. It's gonna be a swift, brutal decimation, and it's gonna be quick. Now, I'm not saying under 6 rounds quick. I just feel it's going to be under 12. I said 7, you know what I'm saying? But I think it's going to be under 10. But you never know with Crawford. Crawford, he can be a sportsman sometime and don't go in there and just demolish and destroy his opposition. Unless, you know what I'm saying, it's something personal. I'm not going to be on record trying to hype this fight up and say that it's personal between him and Spence. I believe wholeheartedly they respect one another at the end of the day. I just saw Crawford. He was in Houston, with Marcharlo. They was out. You know what I'm saying? So once again, Bud Crawford is in Texas, right? That's a good sign. That's a good sign. He was in Texas. He was there with Marcharlo. I'm not saying he was there with Marcharlo, but he framed a steal with Marcharlo. He said everyone knows Crawford is the better overall fighter. Canelo and all the legends say so. Juice Lee, what's good? Salute W says, yes, that's absolutely, Dundada. A lot of legends have said what Canelo Alvarez is talking about. Shout out to my guy Michael Johnson Boxing talking more, man. Salute to you, bro. Haven't seen you in a minute, but you know what it is, man. It's all love. You know what I'm saying? Good to have you in the chat. It would be a good fight. For sure. We know that. For sure. It's going to be a nice one. But the only thing I'm trying to get is that Terrence is in Texas. And there's no drama to it. I don't know exactly why he's in Texas, but that's a good sign. If he's in Texas for a reason. If it's maybe to be a part of something special coming up, because they word has been put out there once again, and I had to respond. Y'all know every time these channels put out that word, and they hungry, and the well is running dry, they got to come to the numero uno, Terrence Crawford. They got to mention Terrence Crawford's name to get the fans to draw in. God damn it! And now it's an announcement that's supposed to go down this weekend, Labor Day weekend on the 4th. Labor Day's on the Monday, the 5th. But all of a sudden, the official announcement is rumored to be taking place again on the 4th. The last one, just disintegrated in front of us, man. You know what I'm saying? It evaporated like none other. It was nothing. It was no buzz. It was nothing remotely close. They was busy going off the Last Stand podcast, Dan Raphael, Mike Coppinger, closing, nearing. You know what I'm saying? The closing, nearing, looking. It was those words. Closing, nearing, looking. So we're still looking. I got my palms down over my eye, shading the sun. I'm like, what the fuck is the goddamn announcement? I'm trying to look for it. I'm trying to look for where the crowd's at. But this weekend might be it, y'all. This weekend may be it. That's what they say, y'all. That's not for me. That's what I'm hearing. this announcement may become official for Terrence Crawford, Errol Spence this weekend. That's all I can tell you. Shout out to Big Blunts and Boxing on deck. Say, salute OG. I saw Canelo's statement. It's going to be a marvelous fight. Absolutely. And y'all be sure to subscribe. Big Blunts and Boxing, man. Shout out to you, bro. Juicy, I really only see casuals picking EJ. See, that we agree on, but I try not to name call so much. You hear me say Spencerholics, no doubt about it. That's what they are. But, you know, they're the streamers. I call them the streamers. You know what I'm saying? Streamers doesn't really have to be of content production. It can be the individuals that's in the chat too. You know what I'm saying? That's just floating around and shit in the stream of bullshit. Your streamers one way or the other, man. You know what I'm saying? They just there hanging out. Q the God said it perfectly today on how a lot of Errol Spence fans seem to be just like Juice Lee said, casuals. They seem to be just casual fans who support a fighter, and they always upset. I've never seen a bunch of people upset and will attempt to sever communications with anyone who is an avid fan of Terrence Crawford. I ain't never seen a bunch of people in my life click up together without a common cause. Errol Spence isn't a common cause. You know what I'm saying? You don't have to click up like that for Errol Spence to say, okay, he's going to be Crawford. Just goddamn speak your mind. You know, stand firm on what you say. But don't let it get personal to you. You know, it doesn't have to get to a point of belligerency where people want to go out and commit a malice act. This is what this topic has brought amongst the YTC, the cloud. The cloud is ominous, bro. It's dark as shit. The YTC has absolutely casted a storm cloud over this topic. But, hey, don't be in despair because Canelo Alvarez, just like many other legends, have made it perfectly clear. He's picking Crawford to beat Spence. Like I said before, Spence can do something with this. All he has to do every time somebody bring it to him, because there's so many guys on here. They're the freaking pom-pom messengers. They go out, Spence's wonder, raving they pom-pom. Spence, we love you. Spence, are gonna get it in. You know, they out there doing cheers and shit, doing cartwheels. I got a message for you, Spence. Can you hear me? Crack the window open, Errol. Where's a piece of rock? Where's a pebble? I need a pebble. They out there throwing pebbles at Errol Spence's window. Spence, I got some info. I just heard on YTC. I just heard someone on YTC, Errol, that Canelo chose Crawford as the better fighter over you, Errol. You got to respond. Errol. Do something. I mean, Terrence Bud Crawford society, we don't do that. We pretty much are fanatics when it comes to boxing. Most of us. I can't speak for everybody. Most of us is. They respect Terrence Crawford for his actual skill set in the sport of boxing and how he go out here and delegate that authority. Not so much the popularity contest. That's the difference between fight fans who support Terrence Bud Crawford and those who support Errol Spence. It's just more of a chatting or a social interest with the Errol Spence fans. They love socializing about him. They love to come up and talk about, oh, there's no way Crawford can beat Errol Spence. Oh, there's no way. I mean, it's no way Terrence Crawford have anything for Errol Spence. You know, they'll just sit up here and create sci-fi fantasy topics. They know that they don't believe themselves when it comes down to it. They know he is broken. They know he is broken. They know he is broken. Don't get mad at me for talking about it. They ran this man through the mud, man. Even when he was with Top Rank, when he left Top Rank, still trying to run the man through the mud. They just try to run him through the mud, man. Every time he couldn't do shit right. Now they trying to act like he's holding up the fight because he want to get paid what he's worth. Do you, brother? Man, don't give them anything. Don't give them nothing but take everything. Don't give them nothing but take everything. That's all you got to do. Stand your ground, negotiate your worth, because that's the way it's supposed to. It's a lot of these cats out here that's willing to be in the company of Terrence Crawford when it comes to the money. But yet everybody else that they support heavy, they should go in there and get paid. They should go in there and damn negotiate the biggest purse possible. Get the bag. You know what I'm saying? They should get the bag. Well, guess what? That's what Terrence Crawford's doing. He's trying to make sure he's covering all areas. He's trying to make sure the royalties are right. You know what I'm saying? He's trying to make sure he cover all his leverage opportunities for this fight. And I'm trying to tell people, right? I think only with the welterweight division is they try to push this narrative about, you know, Errol Spence has 3 belts and Terrence Crawford is not the A side and all this other bullshit that they continue to try to create as if it's important. Look, it's if they're forging diamonds, right? They continue to come up with the same narratives, right? But look at this. Who do you think is going to be A side with Alexander Usyk and Tyson Fury? If they fight, who's going to be the A side? Who do you think is going to be the A side? Tell me. Is it going to be the guy with all the belts and Fury just with his WBC title? Or in this particular scenario, it doesn't matter. Which one is it going to be? Because y'all always talking about belts. And divisions, just because Crawford has 3 divisions, it don't matter. But when it comes to Gervonta Davis, they put him in front of Devin Haney, who has the belts. So how is it lopsided in certain divisions? How was it lopsided when Canelo moved up and faced Gennady Golovkin? Did Canelo have the belts? Or did Gennady has the belts when he was at 60? Who had the belts when they was going to fight? Who had the belts? Because it was a difference. I mean, people only choose to use this A-side nomenclature when it's their favorite fighter. Who had the belts? We cannot use the Canelo Caleb plan. That's obvious. That's too easy. We can't use that. That's too easy. It's too freaking easy. But who's going to be the A side between Alexander Usyk and Tyson Fury? Oh, I tell you what happened. Did you hear that they're going in 50-50? Did you hear that? Did you hear that Alexander Usyk and Tyson Fury may potentially go in on a 50-50 split? A 50-50 split, y'all. They're not up here clamoring for oh man, I gotta get 5% more. I got to for the Spencerholics out there. There's goddamn inebriated, sleeping up under the bar stool. These cats are talking about going in at 50-50. Who's gonna be the A side? Who's gonna be the B side? Does it matter when it's 50-50? What did Mikey Garcia get? Mikey Garcia got paid like a handsome fella, right? Errol Spence wasn't up there trying to stop Mikey Garcia and give him 80-20, 70-30. Mikey Garcia was in heaven. He went up there and got paid. Why is this being delegated to Terrence Bud Crawford, though? Why? Why would you try to have him sign a contract with no rematch? I know why, because you're not confident in getting the job done. Seriously, Spence, you're not confident in getting the job done. You hear all the legends talking about who they predicting to win. It's not that you can't box, bro. It's the fact that what you did outside the ring, they find that will be a determining factor when you finally step in the square. With a fighter like Crawford, who stays in the gym, stays conditioned, stays mentally dialed in, and keeps himself at a leveled weight that's healthy, even when he's not fighting. You know what I'm saying? That's what they're looking at. Especially you can look at it that way from Bernard Hopkins. That's one of the guys who still look great for his age. He was able to achieve a incredible feat while he was still active. So of course he's going to go with Terrence Crawford because Terrence Crawford is pretty much promotes salubrity, a healthy living. They said they will announce it during the Showtime card, Ruiz Ortiz this weekend. From my understanding, isn't the Ruiz Ortiz fight card a Fox network? Fox. So if it's indeed Fox, right? Then therefore, we definitely wouldn't think that Espinosa will not allow that fight to be announced on his network. Seriously. I was talking to my guy, Showtime about this earlier during the day. We was just discussing some things about this announcement, So if Espinosa is the one that is supposed to be hosting this, you know what I'm saying, in charge of Showtime, why would he want Fox to take all the glory and announce this fight? Why? It doesn't even seem right. Why would he want that? I'm just curious. I don't know. I might be way off with that. I might be way off. It may not even be a Fox, production. I don't know, man. But I'm saying I haven't heard a peep out of Espinosa about it at all. You got Spence, no doubt. I mean, hey, what they don't understand, they can pick who you want. You can pick Spence, you can pick Crawford. You can pick who you want, man. That's not even the debate of who you picking. It's not. It's not just because you pick Spence and I pick Crawford. That is the debate. The debate is who's the better fighter. The debate is who's going to win and why. The debate has been, why do you think that person's going to win? We've covered all those areas. And then the debate don't just, stand for inside the square performance. We're talking about what a fighter does outside the square that pretty much values our decision and who's the better fighter inside the ring. And that's Terrence Crawford. You know that. Errol don't work harder than Terrence Crawford outside the ring. So that's going to play a huge role once he split the ropes to contend on that night. If we're able to witness that. If we're able to witness it. And, from what I heard heading into Labor Day, that this announcement should be going down hot and heavy in LA. The official announcement should be over. It should be hovering over the crypto center. And that blimp should say Spence versus Crawford. And they should have a date on that motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? If nothing else can be done, it should be a big ass blimp. And it should say Spence versus Crawford. Crawford versus Spence. And it should have a date on there. That's all we waiting on. Michael Johnson Spence has some work to do. He makes vital mistakes that he can't do fucking with Crawford. Michael Johnson, what you got to say to that, bro? You got to respond, man. The slander campaign the last several years against Crawford has been disgusting. It has. Look, not only the slander campaign, which you make a valid point, it's the ingredients within the slander coming from his own people. That's what makes it disgusting, despicable. All of those D words, man. You know what I'm saying? Destructive. All of that. They was trying to say the man was in a slave deal when he was getting high guarantee, a much higher guarantee than Errol Spence Jr. But they say he was in a slave deal over there, Top Rank. They act like he didn't want to fight Errol Spence when he was over there, when the man was standing up and leaving Top Rank because he didn't get the fight that he wanted. That wasn't good enough. They've said that Terrence Crawford side has said something about this. But listen, when a fighter is saying something about another fighter, that is not directed at everyone who support him. These guys was going at Terrence Crawford like Terrence directed it at Errol Spence's fans. That's how much they want to be involved in it. They want to be involved in this shit so much. You're not invited to the table, man. You're not invited. We're not invited. We're on the outside looking in, eating a bologna sandwich, watching it. Yeah. Get me some popcorn. You know what I'm saying? Grab me a juice. I'm good. This is entertainment. You know what I'm saying? But people take it as if they're eating at the table. These guys get on here and talk about numbers when they know it's a bunch of buffoonery that goes on when talking about which fighter sells what. I know y'all heard me mention the other day about Texas. That's the old school Mexico. Nobody's going to tell me that Mikey Garcia didn't bring more boxing fans to the arena than Errol Spence Jr. Blacks, we don't get behind our fighters like the Mexicans do. And it doesn't have to be the most talented Mexican fighter, but they'll support him, especially when he's going in there against a black. Seriously, I'm just saying, man. That's just the way the way it is. We had black U.S. boxing fans supporting Fury when they weren't even fans of Fury. They just didn't like Deontay Wilder, just like the disdain that they have against Crawford. Two peas in a pod right there. They pretty much put them in the same area of criticism when it came down to it. I don't know if it was their skin complexion. You know what I'm saying? I don't know what the fuck it is. It can't be because he was facing another black fighter. You know, I'll say this. When Deontay was fighting another black fighter, people were screaming, yelling, the shit was rocking. But when he was in there against Tyson Fury, man, his people turned on him. Man. You know what I'm saying? After this man showed courage to go in there 3 times with Tyson Fury, they turned on him. They were saying some nasty shit about Wilder. You know what I'm saying? And the same thing is going on with Terrence Crawford. You can't make this shit up. Every time you turn around, it's some new shit popping. So when the legends have made their selection, Errol Spence blesses them with the etiquette of saying F them all. Okay. If you're the Lone Ranger, homie, I hope that horse is something, that lasts a long time. I hope you get that checkup. I hope you don't come riding into the motherfucking arena and that horse is lame and it has to be put down on your way to the ring walk before you get put down. You know what I'm saying? It's going to take a little bit longer though. But I'm just saying there, Errol Spence, this is one of the guys in your era that's going to be considered your alpha. Everybody has them. Everybody has them fighters in their era that's the alpha in the division. That's all. Now, I don't know for sure if it comes down to this weekend because I forced the YTC to sanitize their shit because they know I'm going to speak on it. They know they're not speaking to anybody dumb. They know I can pretty much speak English. So don't put the question mark poses out there. You know what I'm saying? Don't try to mislead the audience and say shit's gonna happen, and then somebody click on the live and it's something totally different. That's called fake news. That's called puppetizing your audience. Stop doing it. But I can tell you like this. The good thing about it is we finally get a settlement. We finally get adjudication to this fight. And that's what we've been waiting on. We finally come to a closure if this fight is announced. Whenever that is, we get to see them step in the ring. Once the fight is announced, now we turn the corner when we have a little bit more refreshing outlook on these two fighters. That refreshing outlook is going to be is we know the fight is announced and we know where it's going to be and what date. So now, as freedom of speech pioneers, we're able to talk our shit on the YTC. It's going to be some of the same shit though. It's going to be people saying why so-and-so is going to win. And I'm going to say why, I'm not retreading that. I'm not having no debate, you know what I'm saying? Unless it's about money. Because, certain people made it about money with me, and I'm going to make it about money with them. Real talk. That's just the way it's going to be. You're not getting it for free. Because I know what I got, and you know what you don't have. Period. I'm not having no dumb, stupid. I can tell you just about everything I done heard with Errol Spence and Terrence Crawford. I done heard everything. But the only thing I haven't heard is the motherfucking opening bell so we can see them fight. That's what I want to hear. I want to hear the opening bell, goddammit. Not too many great American fighters in this era, and people want to spend all their time attempting to diminish one. That's my main issue with this wild topic. Hey, look, I have to go on record there, Andrew, and saying, yeah, I've diminished, Errol Spence's credibility a bit myself, but I've never spoken on him to a point that was anything that was fabricated. I just spoke on what was public record. Him being intoxicated at that event, PBC, him not, sustaining some type of healthy living, healthy lifestyle in between fights, ballooning up in weight, and people bragging about it. People used to brag about how big he was, and he's a weight bully. He's the boogeyman and all this other shit they were saying. But I speak about shit as a public record. I feel that people shouldn't get all hemorrhoidal. You know what I'm saying? They shouldn't become all hemorrhoidal when you mention the accident, because the accident is public record. It played out on video camera. It hit the news. That is public record. So no one should get upset about someone elaborating on it unless it becomes to a point where you have somebody wishing bad upon. No, I never wish bad on him. I'm glad he's still able to function. The man say he don't want to die in the ring because he's been there near death already. So he probably seen his family's crying, because I'm going to tell you like this. They always say it's a different type of tears to shed when a person is no longer around. Or if you have the opportunity to face a near-death experience and see your family members cry, they shed different types of tears. They sound different. They speak different. They look different. And they show you that compassion, especially if you survived. It's a different type of tears. It's real different. That may be the reason why he said he don't want to die in the ring. Because, his daughters probably came up here and spoke to him, That's my father right there. His kids are happy. I don't go there with them. I never go there with boxers and kids and stuff like that. No. But on the YTC, man, you have individuals sending bitches over here to my chat. You know what I'm saying? Who want to act like they cool, but they just showed their true colors of being streetwalkers. You have a dude over there pimping you out to go over here and pass me some word. That's a bad look. Then look, you have individuals that just want to not do the work on their own and send people over to your chat and everything to troll your channel or to send you DMs. All for me saying you don't want to debate me on Spence. And I still hold true to that. But what he cannot sit up here and act like is that he didn't put out a video himself and he was highlighting Bud Crawford. You can ask Big Blunts and Boxing that. If he did not put out a video and say it with the most genuine enthusiasm that you would ever hear, dog, that's how you felt inside. That's how you still feel. You know what I'm saying? You love Crawford as a fighter. He is a dog, absolute dog. He's your absolute favorite, undisputed fighter. He's your absolute. When you say absolute, it's no options outside of that. So y'all remember that now. Y'all remember what I do speak on. I speak on and address people who address me. I speak on things as public record. I speak on the accident because it did and has now played a role in who he is as a person. He may still be able to function, but there was a lot of goofy shit going on with the Ugas fight that I feel like he's never going to be able to clean up. And I hope Errol Spence doesn't stay in boxing too long, because I think it may go all bad for him if he move up to 154 and stay there too long and get to the point where it's heavy hitters. You know what I'm saying? I don't see him. And look, if Errol Spence before the accident wouldn't have been fucking off in the nightlife hard, too hard, you know what I'm saying, just out there indulging. If he just would have been chilling, gained a little weight, but it wasn't so much for the alcohol consumption and stuff like that, I would say, you know, he's much more of a dangerous fighter if he would have been able to control his enjoyment, his alcohol consumption. He would have been a much stronger fighter. He would have been a much stronger fighter, man. But with all that said, right, self-infliction, he says, I could have made the Sean Porter fight much easier, but I ballooned up in weight and I had to drop that weight. That's him being a part of his own demise prior to the accident. He has the accident and he showed signs that this was going to happen or something to the extent or whatever, because of his alcohol incidents. It only bled over and played out after the Sean Porter fight. It wasn't anything new. It's what we've been seeing play out on TV. So when it happened, we were just hoping, damn, I hope Errol Spence is okay. He recovers well, this, that, and that. We didn't know how bad it was until he showed up in public. And, you know, he was talking super slow. You know, he laughed at things that's not funny. You know, his neurological makeup right now, you know, it has some areas in there that's not firing right. He might have had some soft tissue damage. I don't know. That's outside my scope of medical qualifications. Real talk. Real talk. I'm being honest with you. That's outside my scope of medical qualifications. But that doesn't mean I can just give myself an opinion. I can give you an opinion. That's all. I can give you an opinion. Mac World, what's good? Shout out WCS. Shout out to you, bro. Is what it is, though, no stopping. It's till the fight happens. That's right. All I want to hear is the opening bell there, Andrew. I want to hear the opening bell, Shawty. I want to hear the opening bell. That's all. That's all. Look, I don't care who supports Spence. Kudos to you. I just want to hear the opening bell. I want to see the promo, but I really want to hear the opening bell, because that's where the action starts. That's where we really get to dig down. You know what I'm saying? That's where the anxiety comes into play. You know what I'm saying? Those of you that's fingernail biters, that's when you gnaw off your goddamn fingers when the fight doesn't start going your way and you about to lose that bag. You know what I'm saying? It's a lot of variables that plays into this fight. It's going to be some people homeless. It's going to be some people who has to seek goddamn life coach or a therapist consultation. There's going to be a lot of people on this YTC that definitely needs to set up a consult with psychologists, some type of physicians. You know what I'm saying? Put in for submissions for mentors. There's going to be a lot that's going on, man. And I hear people talking about, oh, I don't care about the outcome. Yeah, you do. You care about the outcome. Yeah, you do. Errol fans hate on Crawford so much, they pretend to be in negotiations and want to argue about made-up numbers or fake purchase splits. Oh, shout out to Mac World, man. Obviously, he's been traveling the globe, and he's seen the unnecessary carnage play out with these conversations. You've seen it, bro. Now talk about the numbers. I've always been on record and say I don't talk about the numbers, but not too recently. I've talked about the numbers in defense. Those numbers being, man, we know Spence didn't do any numbers with Carlos Ocampo main event. All right, it don't matter if it lasted one round, and then you go into AT&T Stadium, bro. Listen. Every time they mention that and try to debate him doing numbers with Mikey Garcia, they are not fooling anyone. They're not fooling anyone. If they was to take that same debative mentality and look in the mirror, all right, it's gonna be two people there, them and their reflection. Look, people, I promise you, if they said the same shit, you know what? Errol Spence, when he put in there Mikey Garcia, shit, he did 350. His reflection, their reflection would slap the shit out of him. Real talk. Say, listen, nigga, I'm tired of you fucking off like this. Stop sitting up there thinking it was more Mexican fans. I mean, it was less Mexican fans than black fans. That ain't the case. It was more Mexican fans in Texas to help that fight and help the numbers than black boxing fans. Period. That's what it is. Man, come on, man. Don't act like we don't know who's in Texas. Let's not act like we don't know the Mexicans are in Texas, bro. That's old school Mexico right there. You gonna try to tell me Mikey Garcia didn't have shit to do with those numbers? Yes. So when you have the debate, you have to do it in tandem. You have to compare both fighters to those numbers. Because Mikey Garcia got paid. You're not gonna hear no 55-45 with Mikey Garcia. Mikey Garcia got paid pretty good. They didn't have a problem with the next fight. Sean Porter. You know, Sean Porter got paid. Denis Lucas got paid. But all of a sudden, PBC don't have the money outside of making a $100 million deal to sacrifice Errol Spence and Jamal Charlo or potentially David Benavidez. I don't get it, and I don't appreciate it. I don't appreciate that shit at all. Now, what I am hearing, and I hope happens, is Jamal Charlo finally get his shit. But the night ain't about Jamal Charlo, real talk. It's not about Jamal Charlo. I'm just good, you know. He was seen out there with Terrence Bud Crawford. I hope Crawford is out there handling business like I know he is. I'm pretty sure Texas. See, this is another thing that Bernie said. Bernie said on the live, it would have been good that Errol Spence knows that Crawford is in Texas. To have a meeting, not a meeting, just cross paths like they did before. It's going to be different this time because they're closer to fighting. There's no take the easy route and all this other shit. It's much more closer to that. So all they got to do is cross paths, meet one another, have a little conversation, just chatter back and forth. That shit go viral. That shit'll go viral quick. That shit'll go viral. All they have to do is talk that shit, man. Tell the people what's going to happen. Tell them who's going to win. You know, the usual. That's all they got to do. I'm telling you, that's it. Promote just like Bernie said. All you got to do is just welcome the man to your city, man. Bless him, you know, talk a little shit, you know, just promote the fight and then keep it moving. You don't have to do anything special. That's all I'm saying, bro. Dundalk said, WCS, what is crazy is Canelo is the same size as Spence, fighting giants at 175. Look, Dundalk, solid point. But the one thing, and the entire what's the word I'm even trying to look for that scenario? But when you compare that to Errol Spence being the same size as Canelo, the composition can look a certain way, but inside the material is different. Errol Spence is cut different from Canelo. Canelo's running off different fuel than Errol Spence. Yeah, he put it out there like he wanted to step up and fight Canelo. But look, are you going to be the Triple G, the black Triple G? You're gonna finally take the time to jump outside your division. You're hoping and praying this fight happen or don't, whatever it is. You're hoping and praying that you get the shot of a lifetime to go in there and attempt to pick up the titles, because it's going to be much more difficult for you to establish anything. I'm not saying Errol Spence isn't a Hall of Famer, because it depends on the criteria and who likes you to get in there and who's voting and all that. But peep this out. It's just going to get even more tougher when you go to 54. Now, for Errol Spence, he might perform better at 54 because he don't have to drop weight. He's already a big 147 pounder. You know what I'm saying? But let's switch over to Spence. To Crawford. Crawford is putting it out there that he really wants one of them Charlos. He really wants the best fighters out there. That's what I respect. He really wants them fights at 154. He really wants it. And people keep thinking that Jaron Ennis will wash Crawford. Bro, man, y'all are not understanding. It's a game of technical boxing display. You know what I'm saying? They're technicians at the end of the day. It's going to require both fighters to enforce their thesis. It's going to require them to be thinking professors in there. Jaron Ennis is the future, man. He's definitely going to be world champion. But I don't know why people look at him washing Crawford. It took him 6 rounds to get Sergey Lipinets out of there. It took him 6 rounds, dog. What are y'all talking about? Lipinets won 6 rounds with the man, didn't he? And y'all think he's going to walk in there and walk over Crawford? Look, that's a big fight. People pay to see Terrence Crawford and Jaron Ennis. I would rather Crawford fight Jaron Ennis before Errol Spence. That's all. I would like to see that happen. If he can't get another fight, yeah, that'll do well. I bet those two brothers right there be able to negotiate terms and make that fight happen. I'd like to see Terrence Crawford Jaron Ennis fight. I'd like to see Terrence Crawford and Virgil Ortiz fight. Those are the 2 big names they're talking about, right? I'd like to see him fight Jermell Charlo for undisputed. It'll be good, but Jermell Charlo is not mature enough to hand it off to a brother and say, I'm gonna give you the opportunity to eat. He's not that guy. But then again, I've been fair about it. I told you all I think Spence should challenge Jermell Charlo. But once again, Jermell Charlo's been on record as saying, I can vacate the titles, and if Spence want them, he can go get them. Yeah, that's black shit right there. Kudos to us. You can make a whole bag off Errol Spence fighting Jermell Charlo for undisputed 154. A whole bag. I mean, a huge bag. Because Jermell Charlo already has the titles. That's if he get past Tim Tszyu. He already has the titles. All Spence has to do is come up, boom. There you go. I like to see the challenges, man. I want to see the challenges. But man, it is what it is when it comes down to this fight, bro. And you know what? I want everybody to have a glorious week. It's damn near about to be Tuesday. I want everybody to have a glorious week, man, because look, truth be told, y'all, if this fight isn't announced this weekend, this mic is gonna be hot. That's all I'm saying. This mic is gonna be hot because I want to know, why is it continuing to happen? This mic is gonna be hot. Crawford is bad business, man. Yet he has the night lures of any 147. Michael Johnson said, "Big Bunts and boxing, so you have to bring Raz to get Raz." Raz to get Raz. It's just my opinion. You got yours, I got mine. Nobody knows until the ref announced the victor. Hey, Michael Johnson, and that shit ain't going to the cards, bro. I'm just telling, that shit ain't going to the cards. That fight is not going to the cards, man. That ain't going to the cards. Tony Boswell on deck with it. What's good with you? He said, much respect at World Combat Sports in the chat. Stopped in to show support and hit the like button. Salute. Just got off work. Man, I'm glad you just got off work, man. I'm glad your day was successful. You provided for yourself and family. Real talk. I mean that shit. Because it's a lot of people that I know that don't have jobs. Seriously, they don't have jobs. Close people that I know. It's tough out there. It don't matter if gas is going down. It's just jobs are different. Don't forget to support the channel and smash the like. Appreciate you there, Andrew. Appreciate you, bro. Do I look like a clown? They want me to debate on Knockout Channel where everyone's a fanboy. Now, I'm telling you, I say names, man, when I have to say names, right? I don't have no problem with Knockout, man. Knockout cool, man. I've been knowing for a while, but I'm definitely not going on his channel for no goddamn debate. That shit is biased. Them clowns in his chat is biased. You put a poll up and all they do is vote on who they're seen on the panel. That has nothing to do with Knockout. That's his people. That's his loyal people. That's his loyal people. I'm not mad at that. But I have the choice on whether I want to go over there and have a moderator here. That no, it is never gonna work. You know what I'm saying? Hell no. They too damn biased. They too delusional. They want to sit up there and then just click the person who they know. And I always tell about somebody got cooked and so on. So man, that shit is extremely biased. No, fuck that. Don't do it to yourself, dumb daughter. Don't do it to yourself, dumb daughter. Don't do it. Andrew Charles, they can't tell an MF nothing. They don't know if Crawford holding up the fight or if it's Errol. They don't have any accurate information. Whole channel debating assumptions and here and there. Listen. This is what I think about. I've seen some debates. You know, shout out to him for trying to do something different. And like I ain't a hater, man, at all. Shout out to him for doing it, you know, something different. But I just seen some people on there that they was doing more talking, trying to act like it was a freaking prom. You know what I'm saying? They was trying to, you know, negotiate on which one can talk the best to get the girl to go to the prom or something. You know, I don't know what the fuck was going on. Like certain people chose to debate over there. And just because a person is popular on YTC, it is not a mature enough crowd to be neutral in those debates. They want to debate the channels that they hold on. So if Knockout say, okay, I'm having a debate with this guy and this guy, and a lot of people hang out, and he has you know, a pretty large following on their channel, and his people come over there, and you put up a poll, it's never going to be the same. It's never going to do that, man. It's never going to be something that's fair and unbiased. It's just always going to be the loyal cheerleaders in there, and they just can't wait to hit the poll. You know what I'm saying? Some of them dudes be logging out of their account, and they'll log into a different one just to hit the poll again. Stop it, dog. Stop it, dog. Hell no. Plus, boxing say, Michael Johnson, like I said, I see true 50-50 fight. I can't tell you who will win. I just know what the film study shows, and they both made mistakes for each other's styles, but it'll be interesting. No fighters are perfect. We're never saying that. No fighters are perfect. Even though I speak as if Bud Crawford is perfect, he has situations where he get hit too. But his positivity, you know what I'm saying, his data collection, the way he improvises, adapts, and overcomes is superb. It's far advanced. His boxing IQ exceeds that of Errol Spence. It does. In my opinion, his boxing IQ is on a higher level than Errol Spence of today. Both of these fighters can box. Both of these fighters have reached the pinnacle of championship idolatry. So being that we both know that, it's going to come down to them doing what? The one that's able to break the other's will. They have to disrupt the rhythm of their opponent and break their will. Who is it going to be? You know, who is it going to be? I guarantee you and promise you it's not going to be a Yardenas Ugas replay. It's not going to happen. I'm just putting it out there. You can believe it if you want. It's not going to happen to Terrence Crawford. It's not gonna happen. And if Terrence knock his mouthpiece out and the referee ain't said no now break or nothing like that, he probably gonna lose some teeth in there. I'm just being honest. He's probably gonna see his veneers on the cameras, and they're gonna say timeout. DJ, you want to get some of your member your team in here to, those can go back in. Go ahead and collect these things, put them away. He's not gonna stop punching. He's not gonna give him a break. He knocked the mouthpiece out, and Spence go looking for it. He's getting destroyed. He's getting destroyed. Who does amateurish type stuff like that? Who does ill-advised, misdirections, lose focus, distorted memory? Who does that at that level? You can't do that. You can't do that, bro. Max says, Steven Espinoza told Arrow fan negotiations are private, but these biased channels constantly blame Crawford. The rumor is never Arrow wants more money. It's never ES holding up the money. I tell you, man, God damn, you ain't never lied, man. Every time we turn around, Errol Spence is doing something to hold up the money. I want to ask y'all tonight, since so many astutes have mentioned this in the chat, I want to ask y'all something. How much money, what's the deal that Errol Spence is trying to negotiate? How much guaranteed money he wants, right? We already heard that he doesn't want a rematch clause for Crawford. We got that. What percentage is he getting on the back end? Are y'all still going with the 55-45? And also, is there any type of royalties with that negotiation deal that he wants after the fight happened, that he can continue to get residual income, when the fight is replayed or whatever the case may be? I mean, what is Errol Spence doing when it comes to his leverage on the negotiation process with the numbers? We need to know that, because the only thing I see from y'all is motherfucking extended elbows. Like y'all telling on a nigga, man. That's all you see. But they're poking their hand out the window and shit. Arm straight as an arrow, just poking it out the window. It's Bud. What did he do? He asking too much money. How much is that? I don't know. I just heard on YTC. But go ask somebody, man. Shoot him a DM. How much money is Errol making? No, let me rephrase that. How much money is he negotiating? What is he negotiating? Because if every time y'all do a thumbnail and you want to talk about what Terrence Crawford is attempting to leverage and negotiate, something's wrong, man. Something's wrong. Y'all need some type of damn chaperones. Y'all need a goddamn probation officer. Y'all shouldn't be allowed to wander through these YTC streets unaccompanied. Y'all need a probation officer with a damn ankle bracelet. Seriously. Why do y'all continue to talk about Terrence Crawford holding up the fight like y'all in the negotiations, just like Letitia said? Y'all are not in negotiations. No one wants to continue to hear about the debate of who did what. Crawford. No. This doesn't. Mikey, Porter, Danny, Ugas. Dude, he lose those belts. He ain't going back to AT&T Stadium anytime soon. He ain't gonna pack out the AT&T Stadium with no straps. They don't love him like that. They don't love him over in Texas like that, bro. Nah, He got the belts. He got that hardware. So he means something. But they don't love him like that, dog. You have a Long Island resident residing in Texas. I'm just telling you what it is. I'm just telling you what it is, man. The Mexican fight fans over in Texas, they'll come see the fight. Did y'all ever ask why he didn't fight Sean Porter in Texas? Why couldn't it happen in Texas, man? How could the two Garcias make it in Texas, but yet they had to go to the crypto center aka the Staples Center, to fight Sean Porter. How? How is that possible? Why did it have to go down like that? I'm just curious. Why can't two black fighters? Well, I'll take that back. Crawford ain't going to the damn Texas fighting AT&T because he know what's up with that. It's a robbery. They're gonna try to pull off a goddamn nighttime heist, and they're gonna try to rob my man. No, so I understand why Crawford doesn't want to go in there and fight in Texas. That makes all the sense in the world. So if it's gonna be in Vegas, if it's gonna be wherever it's gonna be, cool. That's all good. Bruce Gas Boxing, Jazz and more on deck. What's good? Salute my brother Scotty. Salute to you, OG. How you feeling there, Bruce? Bruce. I gotta start calling you Bruce. Bruce, man. Errol, the black triple G. I know, right? I told you he the black triple G, man. He's just gonna stay in one division. And they say, oh, we criticize Spence for staying in one division, but we don't criticize the greats who did the same thing. No, we're talking about today. The reason why we criticizing him for staying in one division, because we expect more out of him. That's all. Like, okay, you said you want undisputed. Okay, cool. Now you have it. You one belt off, and it just happened to be Crawford. So you find a way. Don't stall the man out now. You find a way. He said Jamel don't want to fight Jamel, but Canelo gets slack for not wanting to fight Zerto. Well, I can tell you who's gonna fight freaking Zerto, and that's Dimitri Bivol. And Dimitri Bivol said he would not look. Ramirez's own record. He said Canelo is not fighting Bivol again for the title. So that means he's gonna take it and you're gonna have to fight me. Oh my God, dog. Spence fans hijacked the Boots bandwagon, which is fine. But it's funny because they have to go against all the criteria to hold against Bud in order to do that. But this is why they're going with the Boots wheelbarrow. You know what I'm saying? They're trying their best to load up all their luggage because they see that Errol Spence is on his way out. He's getting much older, so he's going to be hanging up the gloves, right? So the next fighter that's going to be popular that they can relate to, you know, is Philly fighter. It's a lot of people that like Boots. They're trying early. You know what I'm saying? They want to get him doing this embryonic stages, man, when he's still developing, when he's starting to grow into the sport. They want to get on board. You know what I'm saying? And Boots' mentality is different than Spence, in my opinion. Boots has a much more user-friendly mentality when it comes to speaking to media and stuff. That's just me. But yeah, I don't blame him. Jump on Boots bandwagon. I don't blame him. Do what you got to do. Because next, they're going to try to put Boots up against another rivalry. And y'all going to miss this Terrence Crawford and Errol Spence rivalry. Y'all going to miss it. Because after these brothers, who else is next? Who else is coming up? Oh, my bad. Jahad Tucker. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? You thought you was getting away, didn't you? You got Jahad Tucker that's at 47 too. But hey, who is Jahad Tucker? Well, find out on IG, goddammit, because he's a problem. It's really funny, though, because they don't even realize it. Man, Jahad Tucker going to be up there, man. You're going to have a lot of people that's coming up. Shit, got Blair Flair there. You know, Jahad Tucker, they need to give him that Blair Flair fight. Seriously, they need to give him that Blair fight, man. Real talk. They need to give him Blair Flair, bro. They need to get him Blair Flair. He's coming off a win too. Team Tucker's already said they want the bone. They want the bone with all the meat. Let's go. I don't know how they can make the fight happen. Fury versus Usyk got their shit made quick. Yes, because they know where they're gonna get the money, and they know it's a done deal. I mean, hey, this is a no-brainer for them to make that undisputed heavyweight. They're gonna make millions, bro. Millions upon millions, man. While we still up here waiting for the welterweight undisputed. But man, hey, first of all, second of all, big shout out to the chat, the best chat in the YTC period. I got to give a shout out to the chat. You know what I'm saying? I mean, y'all some mature individuals. You know, it seems like for most of y'all in here, if I met you in person, you know, it would be somewhat similar on how I thought you were in the chat. You know what I'm saying? But y'all continue to do your thing up here, you know, interacting with the topic and all that. It was good to hear Canelo Alvarez, the legend himself, you know, pick Terrence Crawford to win. That's good shit. That being said, Boost look be legit. Yeah, Boost legit, man. Boost is legit, no doubt. He's legit. I can agree with that statement. Bud has the better IQ. Absolutely. Absolutely. That was the second time Spence did that, not the first. I forgot what I said. Oh, with his mouthpiece. I wonder if they made the fight and had a non-disclosure agreement signed by all parties involved to not say anything and make it seem as though the fight is not happening. Listen, this is what I heard about them. They have certain requirements that they have to thank Al Heyman. They have gag orders. They have a lot. That's why Adrian Broner, during the virtual presser that he had to come back and apologize and have his presser the next day. Come on, bro. Come on now. They got to thank Al Heyman. They have to show their good graces. You know what I'm saying? Show they're grateful. This is things they have to do. They have to talk. That's why the PBC fighters are not Terrence Crawford. You know what I'm saying? They're so quick to say, well, you know, before I even talk to anybody, I gotta get with Al. Yeah, I gotta get with Al and see what Al say. Yeah, Al. Them gotta say the quota. They gotta say his name 5 times. You know, Candyman appears, goddamn it. There he says Spence is not at the table. He's just Al Heyman puppet. I know he's not at the table, but he does get phone calls. And they may need to you know, do a video chat and put up some flashcards for him. And the do is green. You want to fight Bud. Nod your head. No, don't shake your head. Yes. Don't shake your head. Yes. Nod your head. Yes. Okay. Don't nod your head no and shake your head. Yes. Don't do that, man. Nod your head. That means yes. No, you're still nodding your head. I said shake your head. That means yes. No. See, you getting yourself confused. I said nod your head. That means yes. Nod it. You're shaking it, Spence. Man, forget about it. He don't want to fight. Forget about it. He don't want to fight, man. Cancel it. Call up Thurman. Where's he at? Motherfucking nail salon somewhere getting his shit done. Where's he at, man? Call him up. This dude don't want to fight. Hey, but we got to respect the fact that immediately after the fight, Spence said he made a rookie mistake by stopping and trying to find his mouthpiece. Absolutely. But, you know, I was kind of hoping that the YTC, the Spencer Hollis, would elaborate more on that, on how did they feel a guy that's fighting on his level would go chasing after his mouthpiece. I just didn't hear enough breakdown on that. Maybe if you're listening, can y'all break down why Errol Spence went looking for his mouthpiece after Udin's Ugas hit him with that right hand? Snack him. Why wasn't he focused enough not to go retrieve it? Something ain't right, man. Michael said, how many film study fights you get wrong? Damn, dog. Fact salute to the chat. Every now and then we get some people going back and forth. Blair, real scrappy fighter for a young prospect to mix it up with. I'm telling you, Jahad Tucker is too, bro. Jahad Tucker, real scrappy fighter too. I like what Blair Cobbs did in the Maurice Hooker fight. You know what I'm saying? He picked up them cushions early. Good for him. Put away some rounds. And he did what he had to do in the fight. The film studies I watched are backed by Tim Bradley. And none have been wrong yet. Follow Boxing Gyms on YouTube. Michael Johnson. Hey, I looked at them breakdowns. Shit, I ain't gonna lie, man. Hey, Mike, I ain't gonna lie, man. Those some good ass breakdowns, dog. I'm not gonna lie. I have to be totally honest, man. You know what I'm saying? I have to be totally honest. That's some good shit, bro. The way they break down like some of the basic shit that you may not see real time. That was good shit. I ain't gonna lie, man. I was impressed. Footage don't lie, Michael Johnson. I ain't gonna lie, man. Them motherfuckers are gems, man. Them diamonds out that motherfucker. Them some good as them fight study breakdowns. Somebody know how to goddamn do their videography and graph designs for real. That shit was on point. Air was trying to get his wheels together. His legs stopped agreeing with him. Now, well, you know the command center now. The command center was attacked. Okay. They had incoming. You know, the command center was infiltrated. And so the sentinels that was internal to the command center, they was trying to fight them motherfuckers off, man. In the meanwhile, you can see what was going on up there. It was just, you know, a firefight, different than the one that was going in the ring. That's why Spence was all over the place. He didn't know what to think. He's like, God damn, shit. What I do? He thought he was picking up a weapon or something when he was looking for his mouthpiece. He probably thought he was picking up a pistol, man. There's a lot of shit going on. Then, you know, he bounced off the ropes. He should have been called a knockdown. But, you know, he loses focus and they don't call that a knockdown. But anyway, it's all said and done. It's all good. I'm not going too far in detail about it. We will be back on here. It's pretty late too. You know what I'm saying? I will stay here, you know, if it was Saturday night and we was heading into the fourth. If it was the third, then we was heading to the fourth. I'd probably be on here all morning. The film don't lie. He didn't pick either fighter to win either. He just called on what he sees. Them some good ass breakdowns. I'm not gonna lie. You should check them out there, Mike. You should check that out. But hey, peep this though. Hey, continue to rock with the channel and everything. And you know, it's not much to say about this Spence and Crawford situation except it's imminent. The fight is imminent. I'm hoping that it's still going to happen, but like I said before, there are channels that's putting out that the fight may be announced this weekend. So therefore, if it's announced this weekend, kudos. But I haven't heard anything. The people I'm talking to, like, what are you talking about? So let's see how that play out, man. Until then, I want y'all to have a wonderful Tuesday that's coming up. Go out there and make your money. You know what I'm saying? Buy your girl something nice. You know what I'm saying? If you get an extra, you know, overtime check, shit, tell her, hey, let's go do something simple. Let's get a soft serve from McDonald's, goddammit. We ain't going to the rich spot. You feel me? We're not going to Baskin Robbins. Tell her this is the fight's almost getting close and we have to start saving. I'm trying to go to the fight. I'm trying to be in attendance. Okay. So we're gonna have to start eating some soft serve, or we can go to the grocery store and get some motherfucking ice cream out the container. But we're not going to luxury eating shrimp, lobster, motherfucking Admiral's Feast. You know what I'm saying? All that other shit. No, we got to save money now. Hey, just think the way it's gonna be when the fights is announced, if it's announced, right? Boy, the boot camp, the super chat boot camp is gonna get real. Give me more. $10 super chat, front and center. $20 super chat. Forward, march. $100 super chat. Forward, match. Love, right. Okay, we need more. You see it sometimes. We got the squad leaders up front. So I need for everybody, for the squad leader, Whatever your squad you're in, I need you to match what that squad leader's about. If he's 100, I need to match 100. I need to build this platoon up. In order for you to get in that rank, you got to donate 100. Okay. If you want to go to the $5 squad, okay, the $5 squad is over here. I need for all these ranks to be full. God damn it. But man, y'all hold it down. Salute. Appreciate y'all pulling up. You know what it is, man. Turn up and tune in to World Combat Sports, man. I'm out.